Hi everyone. So I just wanted to do a quick recap video on using percents for comparison. So that's basically when we have two values and we're trying to compare one to the other. So the formula that you can use, there's many other ways to do this, but one of the formulas that's popular is up here in the upper right hand corner. So it's the compared value divided by the reference value times 100. The times 100 is solely there just to take that decimal and turn it to a percentage. All right, so let's take a look. So I have two blanks to fill in here, so two problems to answer. The first one is Cassie's height is blank percent of Desiree's. Well, we have both of their heights in the green above. So we're trying to figure out Cassie is what percent of the height of Desiree. Well, you're always going to use 100% as your baseline. And because we're comparing Cassie to Desiree, Desiree is going to be the reference value. And Cassie is actually going to be the compared value. Now, because Cassie's taller than Desiree, that percentage should be over 100. So let's just check it out and see what happens. I'm going to copy and paste this over here. So we have right here. Okay. So the compared value is Cassie, who is 66. Desiree is 58. Okay, so we have 66 divided by 58 times 100. All right. Thought I shut my emails off, and apparently they're going to keep coming in. All right, so 66, let me pull this down into your plane of view, divided by 58 times 100. Oh, you know how this goes, one time only, so let's retype that in. 66 divided by 58 times 100. And you should get 113.79. We're just going to round to the nearest whole number right now. We don't have to be crazy specific. So let's call this 114%. So it is. So Cassie's height is 114% of the height of Desiree, which makes sense because she's Desiree's height, which is the 58 inches. But then she's a little bit more. So that's where you get that little bit more than 100. Think of Desiree here as the 100% because she's the reference value. She's what we're comparing to, right? Now, what we're going to do for the second problem is just swap these. So instead of comparing Cassie to Desiree, we're going to compare Desiree to Cassie. So Desiree becomes the compared value. And Cassie becomes the reference value. So I copy this again. Here's our formula. Let me delete the numbers out. So Desiree is the compared, so she goes on top, so that's 58. And Cassie is the reference, so that's going to go on bottom, right? So we're just swapping the two numbers because of the order of the comparison. So now, well, first of all, we're comparing Desiree to Cassie. Well, Desiree is shorter than Cassie. So if we're looking at Cassie as being the 100% baseline, well, Desiree is shorter, so we should get a value, a percentage that is below 100. So let's check it out. There we go. Oh, I'm opening too. Good. So 58 divided by 66 times 100. So we get 87.87 repeated. Again, let's just keep it to the nearest whole number. So let's call this 88%. I don't know why that's underlined. There we go. So Desiree's height is 88% of Cassie's because she is shorter. All right. And then there's a direct link between using a percent for comparison and percent change, like one of the other videos I posted. I got more into that connection between these two in the other video, so if you want to seek that out. But I'll give you in a nutshell here. So if we're looking at number 1, if Cassie's height is 114% of Desiree's, use 100 as the baseline. That means that you could also say that Cassie is 14% taller than Desiree. Similarly down here, use 100 as the baseline, and you can see that Desiree is 12% shorter than Cassie. All right. If you need anything else, just reach out to me. I hope this video was helpful. All right. Take care, guys.